Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today, we're going to be talking about all the clues that lead up to Eddie's potential return that might have not been mentioned in previous theories that I've made or any other people have made. But before we get into it, guys, make sure to drop a like on the video. Let's go for 150 likes and also hit that sub button because it is free and we're on our road to 30,000 subscribers, which is insane. I appreciate all love and support. So, the reason I'm making this video is because recently in interviews, like Joseph Point is finally doing interviews. He's been asked about my cast theory of him becoming cast. And obviously, it's not my cast theory. Other people have made it as well. But I like to say it's my cast theory because it blew up on my channel. But he's been asked about the Eddie becoming cast theory and if he's going to come back as a vampire and all this. And all he's been saying is, I don't know. I don't know. You can go in the interviews. He says, I don't know, like 1,000 times. He never said no. He never said yes. He just said, I don't know. I have no idea. He also mentioned that he would love to come back. He mentioned that Stranger Things is the best thing that's ever happened to him. And all this amazing stuff about Stranger Things. So at first, I think everybody deep down thought there's, like not a big chance that he comes back. But now that he's not denying it, tells me something, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like the Duffers could have talked to him before and just say, I don't know, just to hype everyone up or stir the pot or like try to get everybody theorizing, which they've done a good job at if that was their goal. But that is why I'm going to bring up all these hints that were throughout the show that could hint at Eddie's actual return. And the first one is they left his death open-ended. They left it with with hardly any closure besides with Dustin and Eddie's uncle. So no one was mourning his death besides Dustin and Eddie, right? And that includes Mike. And Mike was good friends with Eddie. If you watch episode 1 of season 4, Mike is best friends with Eddie, just like Dustin was. But he didn't seem to care. They didn't have a memorial service. No one else talked about it. Literally no one was talking about Eddie's death besides Dustin and besides Eddie's uncle, which was weird because I feel like, everybody seemed to like Eddie. Steve liked Eddie. Like, he was with them, like everything, you know what I'm saying? And another thing is, whenever Dustin left the Upside Down, Eddie passed out, right? He might have died, whatever. But someone pointed out you usually pass out from exhaustion and shock before you die from blood loss. Now, that's a little far-fetched because Eddie literally got torn apart, so it wasn't just a little bite from blood loss or whatever. But, it is something to think about. Obviously, the doctor said bats can't kill, and like I said before, Eddie said he would love to come back. That was another big thing. And also something that nobody's really talked about, I mean, a few people have talked about it, but it's not been like a huge thing that people have mentioned, was Eddie's tattoos on his body literally was the season 4 storyline. Because he has a spider demon tattoo, which hints at Henry Creel as a boy when he used spiders, or like he was like obsessed with spiders and he wanted to, he was obsessed with spiders and he became a demon. Spider demon is basically what I was trying to say. And then he had a tattoo about, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's spelled Wyvern, and it's supposed to represent like Vecna fully grown. So that's something to consider. And then Master Puppet's tattoo and the Bat's tattoo, which is pretty crazy. I mean, all that stuff happened in season 4. I feel like that kind of represents how Eddie had a bigger role than Alexi, Bob, and Barb and Benny, when they died in the same seasons they were introduced. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that. Eddie's nickname is also the Banished, which goes along with Cast the Bloody Handed because he looks like Eddie, because it looks like Eddie has blood on his hands from killing Chrissy. Everybody thinks Eddie's a murderer and everything like that. Like, we all know the cast theory. If you haven't checked it out, please go on my channel and look at the cast theory. There's so much evidence behind that. It's just the fact, are the Duffers going to ride it in? Are the Duffers going to make Eddie a vampire? Eddie was asked if he would come back as a vampire, if that was, recommended by the Duffers, and he said, sure, why not? I would love to come back. He said he would come back in any way. So he didn't deny coming back as a vampire either, which is I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. Once again, he may not know anything, but then again, Joseph Quinn was on Game of Thrones, so he probably has that Game of Thrones training. If you don't know about Game of Thrones, a lot of people died, a lot of people came back, et cetera, et cetera. He has that training. He's experienced with interviews and stuff like that. So that could be something, or maybe we're just looking too far into it and he genuinely doesn't know anything. But these are hints that I feel like I wanted to mention just to give you guys a little bit more hope, because I feel like it's not too far off from, it's not too far off as you may think. Like, some people think it's not a big possibility at all. I think it's genuinely a possibility at this point, especially if they don't have the scripts finalized. They could write something like this in, and it wouldn't really ruin the storyline. The last thing I wanted to mention about this is, if you watch the ending of Season 4, like, Hopper, it looked like Hopper died, right? It looked like Hopper died in plain sight. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever the thing exploded, the big machine, if you remember, the bodies that were where Hopper was obliterated into like liquid, but somehow Hopper survived. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if they can make it look like Hopper survived from that, why can't they bring back Eddie? You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's like, you can't argue the fact that they can't bring him back because he died. They can bring him back. They'll find a way. If they can find a way how to bring Hopper out of that, I think they can find a way to bring Eddie out of this. That's my opinion. Will they? Maybe not. Who knows? Either way, expect Eddie to be in some flashbacks in Season 5. Expect to see Joseph Quinn act again in Season 5 is what I'm saying. But I genuinely hope this actually happens. I think these clues might add up enough for the Duffers to, finally make a move. But they see that Eddie has a big, influence on the Stranger Things community. I mean, he's the most loved character in Stranger Things right now, by a mile. By a mile, he was only in the show for one season, and they recognize that, and they know that there's been hundreds of thousands of theories made about him. My theories have gotten millions and millions. I've had 30 million views just off Stranger Things content, and most of it's been about Eddie just this month. So they know how much Eddie is loved, and I wouldn't be surprised if they took the initiative to write this in the script and bring back Joseph Quinn as Eddie Munson, and maybe a vampire. Who knows? Either way, let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know what you think about these clues, if they're realistic, if they're not. And let me know if you want me to do any other theories. Please, please, please drop your theories down below. I want to hear all your theories. It doesn't have to be about Eddie. It doesn't have to be about a certain character. Anything about Stranger Things. It doesn't even have to be about Stranger Things. Drop any theories you have on any other TV shows, because I'm trying to expand my content as much as possible, not just be an Eddie Munson theory channel. Even though I love Eddie Munson theories, we're kind of running out here. So I'm trying to expand the content more. Let me know any other ideas you have in the comments, and make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.